What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 86. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and today I am joined for the first time by Nick, aka a GenghisSwanDive. Nick, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I really appreciate you hopping on the podcast, especially pre-recording for those of those watching later in time, but a little different from our normal schedule, so I appreciate you hopping on, man.
Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
Nice. Remember, guys, you can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every other Saturday, unless we pre-record, at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join the chat, join on the conversation. If you're a sub over there, we'd love to have you. Always enjoy, keep the conversation rolling. If you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. You can catch it over on YouTube and SoundCloud the following week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video in MP3 for your amusement on that following Friday. And last but not least, hashtag ad merch store and get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. So yes, new podcast. Yes, we're back to guests. I'm done talking to myself for a little while. So yeah, I wanted to have Nick on today to talk about some streaming, because I know he's been streaming for a little while, and obviously I've been streaming for a while. So, Nick, just to start off, what got you into doing the live streaming over on Twitch?
Well, I've always liked watching Twitch,
Mhm.
and always liked, just hanging out with people and playing video games, and it's just doing that online.
Nice. Was there, so you said you watched a lot of it. Was there anybody that, like, you took specific influence from that you had
Ooh.
watched, or?
That is tough, because I've watched a lot of different streamers. Let me see who I got. I got Twitch up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Hutch,
Okay.
from back in the Machinima days, he did a lot of Call of Duty videos. Lobos Jr., who does a lot of Dark Souls.
Okay.
He's one that I've watched a lot of. Summit1G, he's a huge popular one.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pretty big one. Other than that, it was like just a mix of different streamers. I was really into League of Legends at the time.
Okay.
So I was watching some of the more popular guys there that most of them don't even stream anymore.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Nice. Is there a specific type of game that you like playing on stream?
Ooh. I would say Dark Souls.
Okay.
I haven't played it in a while, but I feel like that's the one of the best ones, because I'm super comfortable with the game, and it's entertaining if I'm doing well and if I'm doing poorly. So it's like it's all over the place for chat. There's easy stopping points to talk to chat. Yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite Dark Souls-esque games.
Nice. Yeah, those ones are always definitely interesting. I've only played Bloodborne and Sekiro, not all the way through. Sekiro I played on stream, and God, that was chaotic, just running around.
Yeah, Sekiro is interesting because they strayed away from a lot of the Souls stuff, because it was Activision who set up everything. But Bloodborne is extremely good, and I love all of the Dark Souls games and Demon Souls, so all of them are great.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring is coming out at some point.
Right, and that's similar game style wise, right?
Yeah, it's basically going to be open world Dark Souls, I guess. There's going to be like horse riding and stuff, and big open map, less linear. It's really all the information we have, and there was a leaked trailer that was like 240p, and it showed almost nothing.
Alrighty. Did you ever play Jedi Fallen Order at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Jedi Fallen Order was great.
Yeah, that was like Demon Souls baby mode. I was like, oh god, at the first, but then
they took a lot of the elements, and that's one of the few games, like big games, where they say, oh, it's a Souls-like. That's actually a Souls-like, because even the progress, the resetting enemies when you rest, they use all those mechanics, because Souls-like gets tossed around just if a game's hard.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, that's not how it works. There's got to be specific things.
Right. Yeah, the game was a blast. I really enjoyed playing through that one. Obviously the Star Wars lore, but then I felt like I was actually doing things. Like, yeah, it was difficult at the beginning, but by the end you feel like, oh, like I just remember wiping through areas like, oh god, I've done this no problem. Like I remember struggling here.
Yep, you get parrying and everything down, and you're like, oh, I'm a god now.
For sure. So you had the Demon Souls games that you've said as that you were streaming, and then for a while you were streaming Hades. How was that as a differential in game style and gameplay?
I felt like Hades was fell in line with the way the Souls games work, because it's flashy and cool to look at. But Hades also has all the great lore.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you lose, you're just getting more dialogue with people. And Hades was a blast. I did get burned out on it after a while.
Gotcha.
But I got Hades when it was first in early access, where there was only 2 of the 4 areas you could go to.
Oh, okay.
And I probably played 300 hours of that game before I started streaming it.
Dang. Okay.
And so I was like well into the game, and then streamed it for months.
Mm.
So that was good. But yeah, I'm a little burned out. If they release something new, I'll hop back in. But that one's on the shelf for a little while.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there anything in particular you would avoid streaming, or maybe just not your cup of tea, I guess you could say?
At this point, any games that don't have voice acting.
Okay. Okay.
At least for a majority of it, because it gets very tiresome for me to read stuff out loud.
Yeah, I hear you there.
And I could say, my viewers can just read it off the screen, but they don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just an extra effort.
Yeah.
So yeah, voice acting in games is probably like the most important thing.
Okay.
Where I'm like, okay, even though I love this game, there's no voice acting. I'm skipping it. I'm not going to read stuff out loud for 4 hours. We'll just play something else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it kind of breaks that immersion a little bit too, especially if the story is trying to dive into something and you're sitting there reading it. You're like, I don't know if this is the right way they're trying to push it. I don't know.
Yeah, because most recently I had played, I only streamed it one night, I think, Paradise Killer for the Switch.
Okay.
It's a first-person, almost point-and-click adventure, like just mystery game.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool aesthetic, no voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the mental issue of when I'm doing those games and I'm reading it, I try to do a voice for every character.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And that just gets, I forget what voice I did for what character, and it just goes all over the place. So it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Same with, I guess, strategy games.
Okay.
I would probably never stream, because I feel like that's a very niche market.
For sure.
Where I enjoy them, but I'm not going to be able to explain the tactics that I'm using because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So it's not as interesting for anyone who looks at it.
Yeah, those are always interesting ones if you do it like you said. You'll either have people come in and you're like, oh, this person has no idea what they're doing. Nah, I don't care.
Right.
Or you get the person who's like, not over helpful, but like, oh, this is this thing. They're like explaining it as you go, and it's like, oh, okay, there's this cool conversation going back and forth. But yeah, it's a interesting game.
Yeah, I don't like when people backseat games. So
fair.
Helpful tips every once in a while are fine, but I don't like when somebody's in chat going, do this.
Right.
Why aren't you doing this? Do this.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm playing. Go do your own stream.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So I know you've been doing a lot of solo stuff, at least from what I've seen. Have you? Yep. Is there any multiplayer games that like you want to try and stream or have streamed in the past that you really enjoyed?
I did the Division 2 for a while a few years ago. I did play Outriders with a friend the other night.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not always super big on certain multiplayer, and usually my multiplayer experience is like I just want to chill.
Okay.
And play with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
And they always don't like being on stream.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's kind of just a toss-up of that.
Right. Yeah, you got to make sure everybody's like, we're doing this thing also. Oh, okay. You know?
Yeah, because it's like, okay.
For sure. Oh, did I lose? Oh, there.
Don't talk about your personal life too much.
Right.
Try to keep it
somewhat decent. Yeah.
Your stream pooped for a second.
Oh, okay. I think we're good. Yeah, everything seems to be working. All right. Well, yeah, you gotta just make sure everybody knows what's going on there. So let's see. How long have you been streaming for? Never even asked that.
Consistently, I would say 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
Consistently being like probably once a week at least.
Mm-hmm.
Officially, that's a really good one. Let me see when my account was created. That would actually tell me. Because actually, before I had this account, I streamed on a different account.
Oh, okay.
And then I made this account because I had to change my gamer tag for PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate had got a PS4. I had used it for a while. Got my own PS4. Didn't remember the email or password I used,
mm-hmm.
and I could not figure it out.
Ah.
So I was like, okay, we're gonna scrap that completely. How do I see when my channel was created?
Um,
Is that a thing I can see?
I feel like you can. I don't know. I know you can check. Oh, okay. If you put something in chat, I don't know if you have my chat up or your own chat up, but if you type something and then you click on your name, it says account created and stuff like that. Like Rainbow's been around since 2016. Jeez.
Oh, I don't have my Prime sub. I can't resub to you.
Ah, no worries.
So I can't type in chat.
Oh, no. Hold on. Bam. Okay, now do it. Any luck? I got March 26, 2015 for you.
2015. That sounds about right.
There you go.
So 6 years on and off.
Dang. Time flies. It's so crazy to think about that.
There's been some times, probably 4 years ago, I had a really good streak. I was streaming 4 to 5 nights a week, averaging 20 to 25 viewers.
Nice.
And then work got way too much.
Uh-huh.
So I couldn't really do it anymore because I'd be working from like 9 a.m. till midnight.
Mm.
And it was just like, I can't do this. So I just stopped completely for a while.
Gotcha.
And then picked it back up once work changed.
Okay. So with the resurgence of being back into it, whether it's once a week or whenever it is do you have any goals with it, or is it just like pure just I'm doing this for fun? Because
it's mostly just for fun. I do think I want to try to hunker down and expand my viewer base. And I think YouTube's going to be the biggest thing for that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just uploading highlight clips or whatever, so people can find me outside of when I'm live.
Right. Yeah, that seems to be the biggest barrier, is like that networking aspect of putting things out there. And that's a whole job in itself. It's like, oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, because I've done the like, oh, follow me, I'll follow you. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm probably not going to watch your stream.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I have like 650 followers, but none of them really watch the stream. I don't know where they all came from, but it's like little bursts.
Yeah. Yeah, well, good. I hope that works out for you, and figuring out obviously what you want to do and get that audience going back rolling for you. Because 20 to 25, even that is impressive and solid.
It was great. It was a lot of random people.
Right.
Don't know where they came from, but it was awesome.
Nice. Has there been a favorite game that you've streamed overall, or is it still the Dark Souls?
Favorite? It might just be Dark Souls 3.
Mm-hmm.
I did a 12-hour stream when that launched.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that might be the favorite game that I've streamed. Would be Dark Souls 3, and then I had a Hot Souls stream.
Oh yeah, you guys were okay.
Yeah, that was a very, very brutal 3 hours of my life.
Oh no.
That could have ended very poorly. And I believe that single incident caused me to now have acid reflux.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right. So you have done some streams with friends. What was I going with this? Is there any, so we've mentioned, like, obviously you've played some multiplayer games off stream. Is there anything that you want to try and stream with people at all, or like
Monster Hunter Rise?
Okay.
Is probably the big one. I only know one other person that has it.
Okay.
So that's kind of a like, oh, I don't know who to play with. I guess my little brother.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, would this be your first Monster Hunter, or did you play World?
No, I had dabbled in some of the older Monster Hunters, and I played through probably about 60 to 70 hours of Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
I didn't really get into the end game because just other games came out. But when Rise was coming out, and they're like, oh, it's kind of a faster paced, even than World, and you get to customize a dog, I was like, all right, I'm in.
There you go. All right, neat. And you've been playing that off stream already, right? How are you enjoying that so far?
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of fun. I did at least one stream of it.
Oh, okay.
Might do another one tomorrow, but it's been a good time. It's a very good game. You can travel around really fast by riding on your dog, and it feels much better structured than the previous Monster Hunter games. Even better structured than World was.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I only played a little bit of World. It was That was my first Monster Hunter experience, and it was very pretty, like fun to obviously the combat, but just felt very repetitive. And I was like, especially running solo. I was like, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah, and that's where Rise, I think, even though it's just as repetitive, because it is, okay, I got to farm this monster 30 times to get everything I want, but not having to walk your character across the map, like just being able to hop on your dog and sprint across the map saves a lot of that time.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything coming out in the future that you're looking forward to streaming, whether it's...
Absolutely. So Outriders was one.
Okay.
And that came out, so I was like, cool, new game. I think my most anticipated game that has a release date currently is Returnal.
Okay.
Because that will be besides Demon Souls, I don't really count Demon Souls because it is a remaster.
Yep.
Returnal will be the first PS5 exclusive game.
Okay.
As far as I know. So it's not going to be on PS4 as well. It's not on other consoles.
Right.
So it's going to be full power of the console in a horror third-person psychological shooter.
Nice. Didn't want to stream
So
Astrobot?
No. We did most of that in the first day. We were just like sit on the couch and play it. But yeah, Returnal comes out I think the 30th of this month.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it was supposed to come out the 26th of last month, but they delayed it.
Gotcha. What do you mean, Pokemon Snap's not going to take all your time? What the hell?
No, I'm not getting Pokemon Snap.
No!
I played it 20 years ago. I don't need to play it now.
But it's different.
Yeah.
Nah, I get you.
I probably won't get it.
No. All right.
The Legends, the Pokemon Legends, though.
Oh yeah, I still need to check out that trailer, but yeah.
That game looks cool. Walking around like physically throwing the Pokeballs. Like that game looks very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I think last question for me on the streaming stuff, is there someone like pie in the sky dream that you would like want to work with or stream with?
Ooh. I would say Bruce Green, previously of Funhouse.
Wow, okay. All right.
I think, or actually Ty, Bruce Green, previously of Funhouse, or Mr. Sark, previously of Machinima.
Don't know him. Okay.
He's an old man. I mean, he was like 30 when he was on G4.
Ah, okay. Well, cool.
And that died like 15 years ago.
Well, it's back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know like how it's working fully, but yeah, I've heard a lot of names tied with it. They got Gus Johnson, a YouTuber. They got Xavier Woods, part of it as a co-host.
That's a weird group.
Fiona Nova from Achievement Hunter, I think, is working with them. Pereira's back. Somebody else is back. Yes.
Who owns who's running it?
Good question. I don't know, but yeah, I've seen some stuff. So I don't know how they're gonna run it. I don't know if it's like on TV like it used to be back in the day. Probably not, but yeah, I would check it out. G4 is coming back in a way.
Yeah. Just looking at the wiki, and it's just like, yeah, they reactivated all their accounts and said G4 is coming back.
Yeah, it was a big tease for a while.
That's weird.
But cool. Yeah, Bruce Green's a good one. I watched a lot of Funhouse. What was it? 2015, 2016 when I was out in California. Liked them a lot. And then yeah, I've caught a couple of Bruce's streams, mainly through like different assets or avenues like Achievement Hunter. Like I know Alfredo Diaz and Jeremy Dooley will play like Among Us with him sometimes. Yeah. And I'm Madness has played Apex with him once or twice. Yeah, Bruce is a great guy, really funny. So that's cool that you would like to work with him one day, hopefully.
Yeah, that would be my probably like him and Mr. Sark, and I know that they know each other, so I'll just get both of them on.
There you go. Yep, 2 birds, 1 stone. Well, nice. All right. Well, very cool. Yeah, everybody should go to twitch.tv/GenghisSwanDive. Go follow, sub, whatever you can do. Check out his streams.